Hey everybody, welcome to J Stern Designs. Today what I want to do is just jump on real quick and talk about my new pattern that I released today, the Abby dress. And I was really excited to get on and share it with you guys because it's a free pattern that I'm offering to members of my J Stern Designs Fitting and Pattern Perfection group. It's my Facebook group. I'll put a link below, so if you want to join my group and get this pattern, you can get it. But I want to start by just thanking everybody who has already downloaded the pattern. I am feeling a little bit overwhelmed because this pattern is getting ordered every couple of minutes off of my website, and this is really the first time I've had such a exciting response to something that I've released, like a new pattern. Now, I understand it's free and it's exciting, but I feel very honored that you would even take the time to join my group and download my pattern. So I just want to thank everybody for downloading the pattern and joining my group. Now, let me just talk a little bit about my group. It's designed to be a place where you can get help with your patterns that you're working on, and I really don't necessarily even care if it's a J Stern Designs pattern. You know, my specialty is fitting, and I have a lot of experience with that. So if you're working on a garment and you have a question, you can post pictures and your question in the group, and you know, I can help you with that. And usually what happens is some of the members who are also wonderful sewers will jump in and offer suggestions as well. So it's the kind of thing where it's very inspiring, and I just want to foster this amazing group, you know, where you can get help and, you know, be with a bunch of like-minded sewing people. And, you know, I'm really excited about it. I'm also going to be doing Facebook Live tutorials and behind the scenes at J Stern Designs once a week. So I'm going to do a live Facebook video in there, and that's always a lot of fun. So that's a little bit about the group, and I think the more members we have, the more you know, variety of things that we'll see going on in there. I'm super excited. So that's about my group. Now back to the pattern. I just want to show you the pattern. I have it here in front of me. This is the Abby dress, and I have the measurements, the sizing, the measurements, layout, pattern pieces all on the first page. I also include in my instructions the PDF assembly guide, and this 19 pages to tape together. I tried to keep the skirt portion of the dress to the knee just so it would save paper for printing, but certainly you could lengthen the skirt and make it a maxi dress style very easily. The thing that I want to show you is it's got 3 rows, row A, B, and C. Okay, so you can see here the top row only has 5 pages, and then the last 2 rows have 7 pages, so that's how it's taped together. My PDF is designed so that you can turn the sizes off that you do not want to have printed out, and while it doesn't necessarily save paper because the pieces are still spread out, it'll save a ton of ink. So definitely take advantage of turning the layers off in your Adobe Reader to eliminate the sizes. Also, it's a color pattern. Each size has a different color line. So when you're ready to print, if you turn the color off, then that will save your color ink as well. Just as a little heads up. I have some basic information about sewing knits. Maybe some of you don't realize you don't have to sew knits on a serger. You can use your sewing machine, and I have tips for that in there. And then I go through a few very easy things that you can do to adjust the pattern if you need to. I do want to say that this dress has ample room for your bust, and if you're not you know, a D cup or larger, what may end up happening is you may need to take it in a little bit under the arms. But because it's a sleeveless style, it's very easy to fit. And all that information can be found on page 3. Then we have the construction, and I try to do an illustration for every step. So every major step of constructing this dress, there's an illustration for it. I draw all my own illustrations in Illustrator, and then I lay all my instructions out in InDesign. So it gives me a lot of flexibility to put all the information that I like to include right at your fingertips. And then at the end, I'm going to show you how to finish the neckline and the armhole with a knit strip. And that's a nice way to finish this dress. But I just want to give you all a heads up. Next week I am going to be doing a tutorial on how to do a facing finish and how to sew the neckline and the armhole all on the sewing machine without any handwork. So that's going to be next week's tutorial that I'm going to shoot. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I recommend subscribing because then you'll get notified when these new tutorials come out. And then let's just peek at the pattern. I did say that it was color, but as you can see, I turned my color off. There are 1/2 inch margins all the way around the edge. This is cool because if you live in the United States or if you live abroad, you can print it out on the paper that you have. So if you have size A4 paper, it will still fit on the page. Also on page 1A, I just want to point out that there is a scale check. You want to look at that and make sure it measures 2 by 1 inch, because then you'll know that the pieces are printed out to the proper scale. So that's everything with this pattern. I will put the link to my Pattern Perfection group in the comment below, so if you want to join us and get the coupon code for the free pattern, you can certainly do that. And just an exciting thing, if you're watching this video right when I publish it, all of my patterns are on sale for 25% off till July 5th. So if I get this up in a timely fashion and you've seen it before the 5th, you might want to take advantage of checking out some of my other patterns as well. So that's what we're doing today, and I hope you'll join me next week when I show you how to do a facing for the Abbey dress. So have a great 4th of July, and I'll see you next week.